Derrick White, because that's the conversation at hand, I'm taking him over Darius Garland for the reason that he is an amazing defensive player.
No, you're not.
He's not the offensive player that Darius Garland is, and he'll never be that offensive player. And honestly, I'm really not even trying to make a joke, not trying to laugh at all. The truth of the matter is, what separates the two for me is, yeah, Garland may be the better offensive player for the fact that he's faster, he's quicker, can create a lot better for himself. But the defensive side of the ball, his game is so impactful, on top of the fact that he's a really good offensive player too. That's why I'm not trying to get into a Garland versus.
I don't think this is. I don't think you're in a vacuum. You're taking Derrick White over Darius Garland.
Again, like, it's flashy, it's nice, it looks good, but that really is not attractive to me.
You're comparing an efficient third or fourth guy on a championship team to a number 2 guy on a team.
Really, what is Garland?
Number 2 on a championship team, brother.
No, I didn't. No. See, you're not even listening. You're not even listening. Darius Garland is the number 2 on his team right now. That's what I'm saying. Okay. He's the number 2 on his team. Derrick White is the number 3, sometimes the number 4, sometimes the number 5, sometimes number 2 on some nights on his team. He fits perfectly with that unit. It's fine. He's extremely efficient. He does not have the same responsibilities, nor can he, of a Darius Garland. It's just a fact.
Offense. Because of offense.
Yeah, offense. Defensively.
And Darius Garland will never be that defensive player that...
no,
that's
he won't.
Fine, but
Derrick White's not anchoring a defense, though.
But no guard really is.
No, yeah, you're right.
No one's asking.
So, yeah.
I think my thing is, if you're taking Derrick White over Garland because of defense, then are you taking Derrick White over other offensive-centric guards that are stars as well? Like,
not necessarily, just more so in his tier.
Would you take Derrick White over LaMelo Ball?
No, I wouldn't. But I also say that LaMelo Ball is a much better right now offensive player than Garland.
Or is he just the best player on a much worse team and putting up better
but
numbers?
Even still, when that was Darius Garland's role, although it was early into his career, he wasn't putting up the numbers that LaMelo was.
He's a calm 22-8 guy.
For sure. LaMelo could average 28, 30.
LaMelo's in different conversations this season.
But I don't think Derrick White can go average 22-8 and lead a top offense. I don't think he can do that. That's what Garland did his second year.
Were they a top offense?
I actually don't remember that top offense part.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, I don't remember that. But he was leading them to the play-in. He was their best player, and he was averaging 22-8. If you telling me Derrick White can do that, and he's shown you he can do that, you got it. But
right now, like you've mentioned, the number 2, 3, or 4 option on this team, he's averaging 19.
Yeah, but he's a role player. He's a high
exactly. At 19 as a role player is pretty amazing.
So
he's
that
a role
year,
player.
The Cavaliers were 20th in offensive rating without Donovan Mitchell. When Garland made his first All-Star with Mobley being on the team, I think, as a rookie. But the thing is that LaMelo is averaging these numbers in a small sample size. But like when we've seen other sample sizes of him, the numbers that he averages are near what Garland was as an All-Star. And if you're taking defense into account, I just think that offense matters more than defense. And I think Garland is like, if you're picking a player to run your team and generate offense, you're picking Garland over Derrick White.
To generate offense, I will never disagree with that.
My defense.
But when you take both into account and understand that both are not players that can be the best player on your team to go and really be a serious contender, that's where sometimes that's where my mind's at, and that's really where I've tried to get at. If you are not a true number 1, the Jason Tatums, the LeBron James, Jokic, SGA, Luka Doncic, Giannis, like if you're not those level of players, how well can we fit around those star players? Can you be a glue guy to help win a championship? You saw Jamal Murray do it. Do I think that Darius Garland, when I look at him next to a Derrick White, which of the two would I rather have? I'd rather the guy that I know can play off ball, who also can have the ball in his hands. I'd also rather the guy that I know is going to be consistent shooting the basketball. I'm going to take the guy that also at the same... Is he consistent shooting the basketball? But then also the defense. I can go and I can put Derrick White on the opposing guards, one of their best offensive players.
You're saying Derrick White is more you're saying Darius Garland is more pluggable. He's more pluggable. Derrick White is more pluggable.
Exactly.
That doesn't make him a better player.
No,
like
Derrick
White is more.
My point is I would rather have that kind of player
Yeah,
on my squad.
Derrick White is more pluggable than Brandon Ingram.
And that's all I said.
Garland's a better player because he could create offense better. That makes him a better player.
Because he looks cooler. Like he looks cooler doing everything.
Garland's the better offensive player. Like Garland is
easy.
Shots.
Wait, so
who's
better? Who's better?
The Celtics in this game, though, and the Celtics this game, they were hunting Darius Garland every single time.
It didn't work. It did not work this game. It did not work.
No, I agree with that.
I think over a 7-game series, will it work? Probably.
I mean, you're guessing, but it did not work at all this game.
Darius Garland has been amazing every game this season. He finally has a bad game.
I agree with
this.
And
now we're trying to say he's inconsistent. Is Derrick White better than Tyrese Maxey?
No.
It's the same argument.
You think Garland and Tyrese Maxey aren't in a similar tier of players?
No, I don't think so.
I think Maxey might be a tier above.
Wait, hold on, wait. I have a question because that don't even make. It's not even who I think better. Or who I don't even care about that part. Maxey is just a scorer. He's not an off. He's just a scorer.
He's an amazing scorer.
Yeah, no, I agree. His playmaking is actually a tick below, and actually we've seen him be actually not good without Embiid on the floor.
But we've also seen 2 playoffs back to back of him being really great.
But you just said you're taking Derrick White over Garland because he can do multiple things on the court. I'm not mad at that. But that's just that should apply to Tyrese Maxey because Tyrese Maxey can only score the ball.
But he also does it efficiently when it matters. I've seen him in 2 playoffs back to back.
I guess
that's the truth. And he killed the Knicks.
And you haven't seen it from LaMelo. So why is Derrick White not over LaMelo?
Okay, listen, I can hear that too because the defense really is great, but the offense is so much greater.
So you can hear Derrick White over LaMelo?
Derrick White is one of the best pluggable players in the league.
I think he is.
I just don't think I think Darius Garland's a good offensive player. I do not think he's an elite offensive player.
He's a great offensive player.
He's a great offensive player.
I don't know.
He's a great
He's good.
You're just harping on 1 year of his career. Swear to God, you are.
Which is last year. I think he's not Trae Young. I don't think he's LaMelo. I don't think
those are elite
level of guys.
LaMelo hasn't even been an elite offensive player in his career.
I still feel like the flashes we're seeing from LaMelo this season.
Are we talking about flashes or what we've actually seen?
I mean, has Garland ever shown to be this level of LaMelo Ball's offense?
I think Garland is a great offensive player. I think great. I don't think he's elite.
Let's not get caught in semantics because I think he's great too.
I don't think he's Trae Young.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't think he's Trae Young or
those. Like he's not John Moran. He's not those guys. No,
but I think he's definitely a tick above good. Like good is probably like. Shit,
I don't want to get caught on semantics. Like what? Austin Reeves is good. Like, is that what you're saying?
No, listen. An elite offensive player right now at the point guard position is Luka, is SGA. Jalen Brunson is like, maybe just like right in there too. I think he's in there. With the way Fox is playing this year, but not the way he played last year. I think the great offensive players that are at the point guard position, there's a lot of them jumbled up. Like I think there is,
And Garland is a better passer than a lot of those elite offensive players.
Can you not say that Derrick?
You know what?
I sit here,
and you guys tell me this, and I'm here. I'm like listening to myself speak, but also listening to you guys too. I hear where you guys are coming from, and you guys are making me lean the side of Derrick White over these players too. Like, I get where you're coming from. No, 100%. I feel where you guys are coming from in my inconsistency there. I'm going to be 100% transparent with you. But that's the truth. I would rather a guy that I know can go every single night, go and give me around 15 to 20 points any given night efficiently, but on the other side, he's one of the better defenders in the game.
That's fair.
Listen, I think that the Cavaliers showed that they could compete with the Celtics. Do you guys think that Celtics and Cavaliers, is this an Eastern Conference Finals matchup? Do you think it will be the ECF? I know it's early, but will it be the ECF?
I still have to respect those New York Knicks. I still think that they have their ways to go in finding themselves. I don't think this will be the final roster come playoff time. That being said, where things stand right now, I mean, of course, we just have to go what we're seeing. We have a 15-1 team in the Boston Celtics. We're already writing them to go to the finals. That's going to be the squad I think we have representing the Eastern Conference. But if these two teams match up, I still favor Boston, especially with KP, because we didn't see KP in this game. I know we didn't see LeVert, no Dean Wade, but KP is a much significant ball player to the Boston Celtics than those guys. I'm still going to take the Boston Celtics, but I do think it is a very respectable series, but the Celtics win it in 6.
I think you still got to give some love to New York. I think that's another matchup that would Garland may or may not struggling. You got Mikal, you got OG and them boys. They did play 2-3 weeks ago. He had a good game, so that was a good sight to see in the Garden.
This dude's great, and he's struggling against the top 2 teams in the East. I don't know how much that's going to help me.
Well, like I said, they played a month ago. He had a good game, so that's good sight to see. So it's just a wait and see. It's just a wait and see. I think Cleveland matchup dependent. I think they match up the best against Boston because they have the Twin Towers down there. And you saw what Kenny Atkinson was doing. He was getting Evan Mobley and Jared Allen in switches, and they were doing their thing, dominating the paint. I would probably still favor Boston if they're healthy, though. I think it goes 6 or 7 regardless, because I think Cleveland is just that competitive. But I still would favor Boston. I think New York, though, can't sleep on them. It's probably about it in the East. Orlando, if they get healthy.
Paulo gets back. Yeah.
Orlando for sure.
If they get healthy, if Orlando gets back. But still, I don't know how much offense has – if Franz is – that's another guy. If Franz is playing better, then we can assume that too. But they're 2 teams. Orlando's waiting on Franz. Cavs are waiting on Garland in the playoffs. So it's like whoever shows up first, they probably win that series.
If you got Anthony Black playing out of his mind too recently too, that's a nice boost.
If Porzingis is healthy, I don't see this going past 6 games. I mean, maybe it's 5. If you're telling me Porzingis is 100%, I just think that's how dominant the Celtics are with him. If he's out, this is a real series. Like, this is a 6-game, potentially 7-game series, because I think they give Boston issue. Like, I think they don't have anyone to defend the Jays. Shout out to Isaac Coro, shout out to Dean Wade. Like, I don't think they have anyone to consistently guard the Jays. With that being said, having Evan Mobley and Jared Allen defending the rim, it doesn't make up for it, but it makes your life a hell of a lot easier when you have elite rim protectors behind them. And of course, the switchability that Evan Mobley gives you. The Knicks, it's early, so I'm not going to make any proclamation on the Knicks, but they built this team to stop the Jays with OG Anunoby, training for Mikal Bridges. I don't know how that's going to work out. And then their big position scares me because I think Cat is best used as a 5, but defensively, if you're playing Boston with Cat as your 5, I think that's a really tough matchup. So Mikal Bridges is going to have to show me something defensively over this next stretch for me to really believe in New York to be this contender to Boston. But yeah, I think it's the Cavs, the Knicks, and if the Magic get healthy, I see them as that 3rd team because the Sixers, I think, are done. The Bucks, I think, are done. The Pacers, the Heat, like these kind of dwindling teams behind them, I don't see them as a real threat.